Hello everyone and welcome back to another video of our Riker Planetarium virtual outreach. Today we have our console operator and astronomy educator, Robert Zumo, who is going to speak to us today about the exploration of the red planet Mars. Robert, over to you.
Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about Mars exploration. But before we do that, it would help to learn a little bit about the red planet. So when we compare Mars and Earth, we usually see the images side by side just like this, but this doesn't really explain to us, their appropriate sizes. So looking at Mars and Earth, this would be a more accurate representation right here. Mars is much, much smaller than the planet Earth is. It's also very far away from us. People think that they're very close to each other, but they're actually very far away. Earth is an average of 93 million miles away from the sun, and Mars is about another 50 million miles on top of that. So about another, half the distance from Earth to the sun. Very far away, as we can see here. Now, when we look at the surface of Mars, we see that it's red. We see the red planet here. And this comes from the presence of iron on the surface. We see iron on Earth in many different areas. We see it in, pots and pans, in some nails, and even maybe in your favorite video game. But the thing about iron that's important is it rusts. When iron oxidizes, it turns this reddish color here, and we see the rust starts to form. And we see that all over the surface of Mars. All right, now when we explore the planets, we're going to look at these, few different types of exploration that we see. And we've sent a lot of this already over to Mars. So first we see orbiters, and these are the different things that they are in orbit around the planet. So they don't land anywhere, they just fly around it many, many times and take different samples of the atmosphere, different images, that type of thing. We can learn a lot from them. We have landers, which just land in one place on the surface and don't move, and they're able to set up different experiments like we see here in this image on the ground and give us, different readings about things right on the surface. And then we also have rovers. Now that's the big one. And we've sent 4 different rovers to the surface of Mars that have successfully landed. Their names are the Sojourner rover, the Spirit rover, the Opportunity rover, and the Curiosity rover. Now, the Curiosity rover is the only rover that is still active on the surface of Mars today. The other 3 have successfully completed their missions and are no longer operational. But we're going to be sending another rover in July out of Cape Canaveral, Florida, and it's hopefully going to land on the 18th of February next year in a place called Jezero Crater, one of the craters on Mars. And this is the Mars 2020 mission, and this rover we see here is called Perseverance, the rover Percy. And this is actually a twin of the Curiosity rover. So they're the same rover, just going to be sent to different places, and they have a little bit different equipment on them. So the main point of this mission here is to look for signs that Mars was once able to be habited, once habitable in its ancient past. And we're also going to look to see if there's evidence of a past microbial life on Mars. And to do this, we're going to use many different instruments that we see here. All these different instruments are going to help us to do different experiments that are going to be able to test these things out on Mars. And we also have a drill in particular that's going to drill down into the surface and hopefully take some core samples that can be later analyzed and give us, a better idea of, the past of Mars there. Now, there's also going to be a helicopter, which is really interesting, that we're sending to Mars for the first time. It's more like a drone. It's very small, only about 4 pounds in weight. And this is purely experimental. We're just going to see if we're able to hover around, to fly around Mars a little bit. And that'll allow us in the future to then, implement that technology into our missions to hopefully even, in future missions, send a helicopter to allow us to see other places that we wouldn't be able to with a rover. Or even maybe help astronauts one day in the future visit the planet and, help them with their experiments. And last but not least, we talk about sending astronauts to Mars. And that would be far in the future, of course, but everybody wants to, send humans to step on the planet. It would be the first time we'd ever stepped foot on another planet. And that would be a really big deal. So we'll see what the future has in store for us. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching, and we hope you watch our future videos as well.
Thank you, Rob. That was fascinating. Folks, if you like these programs, we ask that you please subscribe to our channel, give it a like, and share it with your friends. And we'll see you again next time on our Riker Planetarium virtual outreach series. Have a nice day.